Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another Darkfall tutorial. Today's video we're going to be creating some digital graffiti, as you can see in the example here. So the first thing we can do is go ahead and load up your photo editing program of choice. Again, you can use any program you want. The tools should be the same if not similar, so let's go ahead and just jump right in. So let's go to File and create a new project. You can go ahead and set the width and the height. So now we have a background, let's go ahead and add some text. And this could be a name or a slogan. Then I'm going to go ahead and select this and choose a font. And there we go. So I want to make this a little bit bigger as well. So now we have some text. Let's go over to the layers, and I want to right click on this layer here, and then we want to go down to Alpha to Selection and click this. And what this does is just essentially selects the text. So if we get rid of this text layer now, we don't need it. We can see we now have the outline of our text. So now let's add a new layer. And now we could fill this with a solid color, but I'm going to add a gradient instead. So let's go ahead and select the gradient tool. I'm going to click and hold so I can switch this to the gradient tool, or if you want you can press G. And the gradient works as you'd expect. It just creates a gradient of colors. But instead of using this rainbow color, we want to use our own colors. So I'm just going to escape, get rid of that. Then let's go ahead and change the primary and secondary colors. So for the primary, I'm going to use a blue. And then for the secondary, something like this. Now we just need to come down to the tool options, select this gradient icon. So we can see we have loads of different gradient presets which are really useful, so definitely go through these and check them out, but we just want to go straight to the top. And we can see we have the section here which it says foreground to background, and we just want to use this one here. Foreground to background, red, green, blue. So now we can click and create our gradient. Just hit enter and confirm that. Now I'm happy with the gradient, I just want to position the text a little bit better. So now I'm happy with the position, I'm going to go back to this layer and right click. And then let's go back down to Alpha to Selection. So we're going to be creating the outline, so let's add a new layer. Now to increase this selection, I'm going to go over here to Select, then go down to Grow. And we can grow this by however many pixels you want, so I'm going to say 5 for this example. So change this back to the bucket fill tool. Let's give this a black color. And then click in here. Now it doesn't look too good, so let's go over to the layers and just drop this down. And there we go, so it looks much better. So at this stage it doesn't look too bad, but we could make things look a lot better by adding some texture or some grunge. And that's really easy to do. So let's go back over here to our layers. We want to select this color layer here, this one. And then we want to use the dodge and burn tool. So let's go over here to our tool selections. And we just want to use this dodge/burn, or you can press Shift D and it will switch it to the dodge burn tool. So the way this works, the more we click on this, we can make it darker. If we hold Control, we can make it lighter. And that's really useful when we want to add some grunge to this. So what I'm going to do is go over here to the tool options and change the brush. So instead of being this soft edge brush, I'm going to find a texture brush. So the one I'm going to use is called Splats. I'm going to reduce the size. So you can see we get this nice little texture on it. So I'm going to go through here now and just keep clicking away. And just add texture to these words. I'm just focusing on the bottom of this text just to make it darker. And we can see the difference between before and after, so it definitely looks a lot better. So I'm going to go through this now and just do the same thing by clicking and making it darker around the bottom, so I'll be back in a second. So then when you're happy with this, we can hold Control and switch it to the dodge tool and just do the same thing but for the highlights. But instead of holding control, what we can do is go down here and just switch these around. So now we can just click and it does the same thing. So yeah, go through these now and do the same thing. And again, let's see the difference between before and after. So I think it definitely improves it, makes it look a lot better. Again, I'm going to go through this part and just do the same thing. So now we're happy with this. We've added some texture to the color. And again, there's loads of different variations and things you could do. And again, if you guys are interested in videos like this, go ahead and let me know in the comments below and I'll definitely try and make more of these videos. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on. So the next thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of extra detail around the edges. So with this layer selected, I'm going to create a duplicate of this layer. So for this top layer, I'm going to go to the scale tool and just scale this up a bit. Now we can go over to this menu and select filters. Let's go down to artistic. And then for this one, I'm going to use cubism, this one here. So already I think that looks really cool. It's kind of an underwatery, blurry kind of effect, I think. We can play around with the tile size, make this bigger. And the saturation. And that's okay. Then let's go over here to the layers and drag this down. And there we go, so that looks pretty cool. So now I'm happy with this. I'm going to merge these three layers together. So I'm just going to mute the background. I'm going to right click, merge visible layers. Now we see this is just one layer. Now obviously you don't want to do this until the end because you want to make sure you're happy with everything before you commit to merging these layers, just to keep everything separate in case you need to edit anything. But I think that looks good and we can move on to the background. So again, let's create a new layer. And then let's go to the brush tool. And then I just want to make sure I've got my two colors that I want to use. So I'm going to go back to this black color. And if we click this eyedropper, we can just click this blue color again. And click OK. The next thing we can do is go to the brush. Again, let's change this brush to something else. So I'm going to use a grungy brush. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it's not too bad. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. So something like that. And then the next thing I want to do is go down to these dynamics here. Click this. And then I want to change this to the color from gradient. So now if we paint, we get this effect, which looks awesome. Although it's over the top, so let's move this down. Yeah, just go ahead and paint a shape. I guess we can always come back and refine the shape if we need to. Again, the same thing with the colors. With this layer selected, we can always go to colors, hue, saturation, and play around the colors. So we don't want the background to stand out too much. We want to complement the foreground, so that kind of looks okay. And again, we can use the eraser tool to refine this if we need to. And we can add some extra detail to the background. So I'm going to go to the background layer, right click, then go down to alpha to selection again, just so we only have this area selected. Then let's go back to the gradient tool. Then down in the tool options, I'm going to switch this to foreground to transparent. Then let's change the foreground color to be something darker. And if we start to increase this, we can create kind of a shadow down here. Then just to confirm this, I'm going to hit enter. And just add some more shadows around the edges. And there we go, so it kind of looks okay. And then one last thing we could probably do is add an image of some surfer. So let's go ahead and find an image that works. So this is the image I'm using and I found it from Pixabay, so if you want to check it out, there will be a link in the description. Let's go ahead and scale this down. And then I'm just going to use the lasso selection tool and just trace around this guy here. So now I have this guy selected, I'm going to go to selection, invert, and then delete. So go ahead and get rid of the background. And now we can position this guy. And then let's drag this layer down behind the text. And then let's also move this text down a bit as well. So now let's go back to the surfer layer and I want to duplicate this. Just so we have a copy of it in case we need it again. So I'm going to select this and mute it. Then let's select the copy and go to filters. And then I'm going to go down to artistic. And then let's choose one of these. Let's try water pixels. So I like that, I think it looks pretty good. Let's play around with these settings. I'm going to try and increase the super pixel size, and that looks pretty good. Gradient smoothness, I'm going to keep the gradient smoothness because I'm happy with that, so I'm going to click OK. And we can see we have the background again for some reason, not sure what happened there, so it's a good job we have a copy here. So what we're going to do is select this layer and right click. Then let's go down to Alpha to Selection. Now if we go back to this layer, go to Selection and Invert, or press Ctrl I, which is a shortcut, and then go ahead and then delete it. So now I'm happy with this, I can go ahead and get rid of this one. Select the layer again, and again if you want to change the colours, go to Hue Saturation, play around with the colours. So I'm going to change the colour of this board here, but I don't want to change the colour of this guy, so I'm just going to get the lasso selection tool and just select around here. Something like this, then go back to colours, hue saturation, and there we go. Let's change this to a blue colour, and that looks better. And then finally we can just get rid of this harsh line here. Let's go to the eraser tool. So we still have our grunge brush, which kind of looks okay, but if you don't, you want to go back to the soft edge brush, that's entirely up to you. So I'm just going to get rid of this harsh line there. So there we go. There's probably tons more things that we could go into, but I think I'm happy with this right now. And again, if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.